Hello, good evening, and welcome to the sports segment here on the Joy News Prime with me, Owuraku Ampofo. We'll be starting off with the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations draw, which took place earlier today in Johannesburg. And of course, there was Ghana interest as the Black Stars were put in Group E alongside some very favorable opponents, and that is Ghana's group. In terms of the qualifiers, the group stage, so Madagascar, Angola, and then the Central African Republic. In terms of how the group dynamics work, just the top two would book a place in Ivory Coast for next year's continental showpiece. CAF are yet to release the date and time of the fixtures, but that would be crammed up between now and the next year as the tournament kicks off in just over a year's time. And joining me via Zoom is Joy Sports' Gary Al Smith, and we'll just be going through just a bit of storylines concerning the draw that was done earlier today. It's a pleasure to have you, Gary. There's been quite a good reception in terms of the Ghanaian interest concerning the draw that the Black Stars got. Are you of the same school of thought, or you think that there could be a surprise somewhere there in Group E? Gary, I think you're muted.
I think that we are very, very much aware that, some of the other illustrious teams on the continent have faced seemingly small opposition in the past and have underrated them at their own peril. Our cousins Nigeria had Sierra Leone, showed them just a little bit of a lesson recently. Central African Republic also did same to them, and so it will be very, very foolhardy for the Black Stars to take anything for granted, particularly because, Owuraku, I just finished calculating, and Ghana will have the longest travel distance of all the teams, of all the 48 teams in the draw. We are traveling 6,000 kilometers away to Antananarivo for the game against Madagascar. We are traveling about 3,000 kilometers to Luanda or wherever it is in Angola for the game as well. And then for Central African Republic, it's just about 1,500 kilometers. So we are talking about 11,500. None of the teams, unless my calculations are wrong, and so far, I'm pretty far advanced in there. I don't see any other team traveling that distance for their games. And so, well, that is just one barrier to how difficult it will be to qualify for that AFCON. But on paper, Ghana, also remember, we have not had any friendlies, and we will not have any friendlies before these games. I'm sure you've not told the viewers yet, but these games will be from the 30th of May until somewhere in June, the 14th of June. And coming on the back of the AFCON, coming on the back of the Ghana-Nigeria games, we've not had time to test any of our players any further. Yes, you can say the same for the Central African Republic, for Angola, and also for Madagascar. But, we are concerned about the Black Stars, and so those are just two barriers to qualifying for the AFCON. Apart from that, coaching, we have been pretty happy with the kind of coaching we've had so far, and long may it continue, and hopefully at the end of that series, we will be able to go to the AFCON and get a place in La Côte d'Ivoire.
All right, and just to wrap up with you, Gary, do you think this perhaps, looking at the quality of opponents in Ghana's group, gives, if Otoado and the technical team is retained, does this give them some room to be able to explore a bit and try and find some solutions, or do you still perceive it would be maybe a bit more rigid concerning the team selection, where we wouldn't see a lot of flexibility, focus on just getting to the next AFCON?
That's a question they would have to answer, Owuraku, right? I'm sure you would have a different answer from a lot of people. But for me now, the World Cup should be priority. And so I know a lot of Ghanaians would not like to hear this, but I would use those games against Madagascar, Angola, and Central African Republic, whatever it is, to fine-tune myself for the bigger task ahead. That for me will be the AFCON will be the World Cup in Qatar. That is what I would do to be able to get a stronger team for Qatar. I mean, top level coaches know how to turn the screw and open the tap just enough and close it just enough so that they will tinker but not have too many wholesale changes enough. But for me, I'm very happy that this is coming, because at least it will give us the opportunity to see who is ready and who is not ready for Qatar. That's just me.
All right, thank you very much, Gary Al-Smith. He's of the Joy Sports team. And speaking of Qatar, Gary himself was there a few weeks ago where he went to cover the World Cup draw. But he did also get an interview with captain of the national team, that's Andre Ayew, who touched on a number of issues ranging from the fact that he plays in the Gulf region, that plus his little brother, and of course ambitions for the national team ahead of the 2022 World Cup.
Thank you very much for joining us here.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Andre, how is Qatar? How are you enjoying football here?
Well, everything is going on well here. We're able to win the league. We missed out on the MA Cup final this season in the semis. But globally things are going on well. Now we're getting ready for the Champions League. So there's a lot of job to be done, but I'm very happy and very proud to be part of this big team. Getting here, you know, there were a lot of speculations around, but getting here and seeing the facilities and the level of football, I'm very happy and proud to have made this decision.
Al Sadd is a club your father played for. Did it occur to you that probably it would be nice in terms of legacy to come here? Is that one of the reasons why you came?
I think it's a big club here. Being watching also Asian football, I know that in the Gulf you have 2-3 clubs who are on top there, who have high quality players and who play to win all the trophies. And for me, what was important was to start winning trophies again. It's something that I was doing at Marseille. After I had a spell where, you know, things were going on well but didn't have the opportunity to win trophies. And having the opportunity to win trophies again and being able to be part of this squad, the way things goes, my dad was here in the past and also won trophies here, so it's good that I've started. I have 2 trophies now, so hopefully we can, you know, get much more.
Now, you being at Al Sadd, would you agree with those who say that it is a step down from Europe?
No, I don't agree. I think when you are in Europe and you don't know or haven't played, yes, you always have that vision, and I don't blame those who have that vision, because all of us were in the same boat before. But then it gets to a point where you realize that a lot of players from this league play in their national teams and play well and are fit, and it's not every player that come here who succeeds. A lot of big players have come here and not succeeded. So for me, you know, coming here and seeing the level of training, seeing the level in the games, yeah, I think I'm very happy, and it's not a step down. Yes, there is no league you can compare to the Premier League. That you can't hide it. But no, it's clubs who can fight with a lot of teams in Europe, but the exposure here is more in the Asia world than in Europe, so people don't really see it that much. But I think globally, when I see the amount of players who have come here and not succeeded, I know that you can't come here and just go onto the pitch and play. You need to be ready, you need to be fit to be able to succeed, or you will not succeed.
To what extent do you think that playing in Qatar influences whether a Ghana national team captain should be captain? That is to say, people say that Ghana national team captain should be playing in Europe in the top league. Do you agree?
Yeah, as you said, as you were speaking about our former captain Asamoah, you know, when you look at his statistics in the Ghana Black Stars, when he came to Al Ain was when he had the most goals for the Ghana Black Stars and broke most of the records that he broke. So he broke the records here, and he was telling me that it's not easy. That was when he was here and I was in Europe. He was telling me it's not easy at all. He has to be fit, he has to be ready. If not, he can't make it. And he made an impact also at the World Cup playing in Alain. So for me, I think looking at what he has done, looking at what other players has done, players like Gomis and Brahimi and Buneja and all of them in this league, Sassi for Tunisia, I looked at it and said, no, there is a level there, and if I have the opportunity to take it and be able to be in one of the biggest clubs in the Gulf, I'll take it. And I'm happy to be here, and I'm realizing that things are going on well.
Speaking of the Ghana national team, the squad has made the World Cup. You could not play in the final series of matches. How did that feel, not being part of the side?
Yeah, it was difficult personally to not be part of the playoffs due to a suspension who was dubious, very dubious, but it's part of football and you need to learn from it. I think that was my first red card in my career, so it was difficult to take, but the guys did a wonderful job. I congratulate the whole squad. I congratulate the FA, the team, all Ghanaians for what we went through. It wasn't an easy qualifier. If we see the way we went through before, we had to go to South Africa and play Ethiopia, then play South Africa and Ghana. Before this very important game, we had Zimbabwe also. It was a tough one, and things did not go always as we wanted. But at the end, we are among the 5 countries in the World Cup, so congratulations to us, and we need to keep going.
At what moment did you realize the impact of the red card against Comoros? Was it immediately you got the red card that you knew that you couldn't play in the World Cup qualifiers?
I was not thinking about the World Cup qualifiers. At that moment, I'm thinking, is this 20 minutes on and we are down 1-0? And it was a difficult moment because we needed the 3 points or a draw to get to the next stage, and being -1 is very difficult for the squad. We're able to even come back into the game, so I believe that if we're 11 it would have been a whole different situation, but it's football and Allah knows why. We just have to take it and we learn from it, and I think.
But when did you realize that you will be suspended for the World Cup qualifier?
I think a week later, because we all thought it would be for maybe the AFCON qualifiers.
Yes.
That's what we thought personally. But after the FA was checking everything and they knew that it's the next official game, so which was the World Cup ones. So had to take it, But the guys stood up to the occasion. They rose up to the occasion. Thomas, Jordan, Dan. I'm talking their names because they're the senior players, Oferi, etc. They stood up to the occasion and made all of us proud. It's true that it was difficult, it was tough, it was hard, but at the end of the day, we are in the World Cup and we deserve it.
Your brother Jordan, you're in Kumasi, right?
Yeah.
He was booed. I mean, it's the first time that we've seen that happen. How did you feel, and what's your reaction to the fact that he was booed off?
No, I'm very calm. It's football. But for me, he had a very good game. So, no, it's part of the game. I think that with Jordan is that he has so much qualities and he's so good that everybody is expecting magical things every time. So when he's not able to produce a magical moment, they get angry. But I don't think it's hatred or whatever. I just think that they expect so much. And he has the quality and he knows. He's one of the experienced boys. He's been in the national team for the past 12 years. Yeah. So we all know that he has saved us on numerous occasions, and I believe that he will do that again.
Ghana meets Uruguay again, and for Ghana, it's different reasons. You had a yellow card and so could not play against them in 2010. What does this game mean for you?
I think it's a lot of people are talking about that game in particular, but I would want us to be able to get maybe the possibility to get into the next round. I'm not looking at that game like maybe any other. I'm looking at that game that it's a game that we have the possibility to take 3 points, which I think is the last game of the group stage. So we are going to prepare, and we the players will do everything to make sure that we make our nation proud and not think about what happened. That is later.
Any special thoughts on Suarez around the game?
No, not really. Like I said before, and I said in the past, that maybe if it was me or someone else, maybe I could have done the same on the action. It's true, he killed us, he killed our dream, he killed Africa's dream, and we all have, like, we won't say something against Suarez, but we all have that feeling that he didn't make us be the first country to get into the semi-finals, so that will always be there. But he wanted to do it for his nation. He took a decision, but we don't look at that. We want to play well and try and succeed.
In 2014, you played against Portugal, and now Ghana is facing them again. Cristiano Ronaldo is heavily rumored to be playing his last World Cup. You yourself will be 33 or getting to 33 by the time that game is played. Is this your last World Cup?
Well, I don't look further than what's coming. I think what's important is to keep working, being fit, being able to play numerous games as I'm doing. As long as I continue like this, I don't have an issue. We look at a lot of squads, Africa, Europe, players are playing in the national team at 37, 38, etc., etc. So I'm not looking at the age, I'm just looking at me being fit and performing well.
Well, that was captain of the Black Stars and Andrew Ayew speaking with my colleague Gary Al Smith. You can get the full interview much later at 10:30 tonight when Fan Zone comes your way on the Joy News channel. But before we go, this time round, Easter celebrations were a bit different for the people of Adidome. A tournament dubbed the Mafi Youth Annual Football Unity Gala brought together the whole town as Winning Stars were crowned champions. We have more for you in the following Joy Sports report.
Winning Stars thumped Bogaji FC 3-0 in the final of the maiden edition of the Mamfi Youth Annual Football Unity Gala on Sunday. The gala, which was supported by Ian Gavivina Okujetu, saw over 20 professional teams across Division 2 and 3 in the Volta region battle it out for supremacy. The football tournament took place at the Adidome EP Park during the Easter holidays, bringing together the people of Adidome. The theme for the maiden edition of the gala was to forge closer ties and promote unity. The final between Winning Stars and Bogaji FC attracted special guests such as Dele Momudu, who is a Nigerian presidential aspirant with the PDP for 2023. Division 2 side Winning Stars showed their class in the final, adding 2 second-half goals to a 1-0 first-half lead to be crowned champions of the gala. Founder of the Mamfi Youth Annual Football Unity Gala, Ian Gavivina Okujetu, believes there are potential talents to be discovered, and this is just a small step.
We have a lot of untapped football talents in the central town area. That's the Adidome area, to be precise. But you could see there's no organization, there's no sports teams, and with the youthful front, you could see divided functions and all. So we just came together to use this tournament to actually promote unity. The first edition was successful. It was too successful. The patronage was high. You were on the field with me, and you saw how people turn up to the field and all that. The future is currently bright for this tournament. We are just hoping and praying that we get more people who come on board to support this annual youth tournament.
The Mamfi Youth Annual Football Unity Gala is expected to continue growing, with the next edition slated for April 2023.
Yagata move back here because of
Note on which we wrap up the sports segment here. You can get some more sports stories on myjoyonline.com/sports, or you can check our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at JoySportsGH. My name is Owuraku Ampofo, and we'll be back again same time tomorrow to bring you the latest in the world of sports.